Today's video actually is going to be about how to remove your client's lash extensions safely without damage and using the least amount of material as possible to help you guys, like save time and in addition to that, to not waste too much material. So I'm going to show you guys a video in a little bit to show you guys the entire process. But first, I just want to mention, if you guys are new here, please be sure to subscribe to our channel. We are going to be coming out with 1 to 2 videos a week to help you guys out with helpful content, with educational content. So be sure to subscribe. So now, for eyelash extensions, it's really important to educate your clients, first of all, that if their eyelash extensions are not comfortable, they shouldn't try and remove them at home, because if they do, they could end up really damaging, first of all, ripping out their lashes without really understanding how to do it, and then also damaging their eyes, or the remover could get into the eye, it could start stinging. So really important to let your clients know. I know it's not something we usually think about, but it's really super important to mention it to our clients, because a lot of the times they're gonna not necessarily know, and they could attempt to make their own removal. So and it is not safe. I know some clients do it, but it's definitely not the best idea. So in terms of gel remover, we don't actually carry a gel remover at Thousand Lashes, because we have found that it's usually the consistency is not great, because it tends to leak into the client's eye. So we like to use a cream remover. We have a few different flavors. So the strawberry one is the one that's going to be used in the current video that we're going to watch. It's completely safe. It has a nice smell, which makes it really comfortable for the client, and it's kind of pleasant. So as I mentioned, the gel remover is not ideal. And then that was my cat. He gets very anxious when someone's getting more attention than him, so he tries to get in between me and whatever is blocking his attention. So he's the best cat. I have to just let you guys know this is the absolute best cat I have ever had. I'm not even a cat person, but this is like a cuddle bug. He's like a cuddle bug. So he's my anxiety buster and my stress reliever. He's like the sweetest creature ever. Okay, so let's get into it. So cream remover. So you can actually use do a speedy removal on your client without having to apply the patches. The most important thing to remember is to just not apply it on the client's into the client's eye, and making sure that the client's eye is always closed. So if you ensure that the client's eye is always closed, it's going to make it so much easier. And so in this video, we're going to be using a tweezer, the back of a tweezer, in order to put the lashes on the back of the tweezer. Of course, the tweezer is always sterilized between each client. And then you apply the lashes on the tweezer, and then once you have sufficient remover applied on all the lashes, you're going to put the lashes back, and then you're going to wait for the remover to take effect, which usually takes between 2 to 5 minutes depending, and then you're going to slowly start removing the lashes. So let's quickly watch that video. You can use tweezers. You can also use micro tips. You can also use lip brushes, and use 2 of them and kind of help aid the removal process. So that works really, really well. And then after this process is done, there could be some lashes that are glued on much more strong than the others, so you may need to apply more remover, then wait a couple more minutes, and then continue on with the process. So followed by this step, what's really important after all the lashes are off, it's important to wipe off the excess remover with a lint-free cotton swab, not a cotton swab, like a lint-free cotton pad, I meant. And so once you remove all the excess, you need to do a lash rinse and a lash shampoo of the client's eyelid. That's really important because she's going to remove any excess removal and ensure that your client doesn't get uncomfortable during the procedure when you're going to do the lashes. And then in addition, that the lashes are actually going to last, because if there's some remover that's left on the client's eyelashes, it could affect the retention of the next set that you're going to do. So the most important thing is always the client's comfort, as well as retention, making sure that the client gets the best retention possible, because you want that client to be coming back and for them to trust you, and for them to understand that your lashes actually last. So after this, you're going to dry the lashes really well, again with the cotton pad. You're going to dry them off, and then you're going to brush them out really nicely, drying them out with a fan. That is actually ideal, because when you dry them out, then they're ready. You obviously can't start the application process on a wet set of lashes. So the other thing that's also really important to keep in mind with removers that we sometimes forget is that it's important to close the lid really, really tightly, because contact with air, when the remover comes into contact with air, they will start deteriorating much more quickly. So that's really important to remember. Just always close the container tightly. So can the eyelash remover damage the natural lashes? No, it cannot. Typically, it's 100% safe, and you can always test it on yourself. When someone else does your lashes, you will, if you've never had your lashes done before, it's actually a really comfortable procedure to do, and to have done on yourself. Normally, it should never hurt, it should never sting. If it stings on your client, if their eyes start stinging, that means that a little bit of the remover got into the client's eye. So it's advisable to just rinse it off very gently. So I hope that you guys like this video. If you guys have any questions about this method, I know it's not a common method of removing eyelashes, but we just wanted to share a different method with you guys that is also safe, and you can use this type of method as well.